Welcome to Slovenia. We left Stuttgart around 12. We reached now at 10 o'clock. It was pretty slow and the driver stopped in multiple places. I don't know why. He didn't even open the doors for us to go out. He gave us one break in Austria to freshen up near a supermarket. So we finally reached the city of Bled. Our bus dropped us in the parking lot and it's 10 minutes walk from the parking lot to the lake. They have given us 2 hours time to come back to the bus. There are a couple of points which I want to see. There is a castle. There are a small hike where you can get the view of the lake from the top. So I will see how much we can cover in 2 hours. I don't know if you can see here, but there is a small island in this lake, which is the only island in Slovenia. So inside that island is a church and couple of other buildings. The story goes like there was a woman who lost her husband, so she constructed the church in remembrance of her husband, and she wanted a bell. There is actually a bell in the church. When they were transporting the bell from the shores to the island, there was a storm and the boat sank and the people who were transporting lost their lives, and even the bell was sunk under the lake. Because of that, later she moved to Rome and she lived the rest of her days in the Rome. But afterwards the Pope himself commissioned that the bell be installed in the church. So now the bell is there inside the church, and whoever goes to the church, they will ring the bell as a good luck. And the boats which we saw earlier, so those boats are used to navigate the pilgrims from the shores to the island. This part of the region was initially belonging to the Roman Empire, then it was belonging to Austrian Empire. So during that time, the Queen of Austria, she initiated or she appointed 22 local families to ferry the pilgrims from this Bled city to the island. So even now, the oarsmen, whoever are present there, whom we saw earlier, they are direct descendants of those original 22 families. I can see the toboggan run from here over the mountain. I wanted to go there, so I'm gonna turn back and go towards that side so that I will hike to the top and I will ride that. I always wanted to do that. I've seen the videos in YouTube and it looked fun. Hopefully I can do it because I have a bag, I have to hold camera, and hopefully there are no restrictions. Unfortunately we cannot visit the island and the castle because of the time constraints. I asked someone about the route and they told, yeah, it's here, this is parking, but he told there will be a stairs near this building, and look at this building.
All the houses I saw on the way looked very beautiful. It feels very cozy and comfortable, and they are surrounded by a lot of greenery. The streets are clean and well maintained. After walking for a while, I reached the ticket counter.
So I came from here and there is a cashless there and a small queue to buy the tickets. Chairlift plus toboggan was 10 euro. So to save time, I took the 10 euro ticket. Instead of hiking for 20 minutes, I can just go on the chairlift. Once this chairlift comes, you have to pull this, it will be up, so you have to pull it down and you have to step on it, otherwise it will again, you can see, it will again go up. I mean, you can even ride without this, but it's good for holding your leg. Otherwise, I am wearing slipper. If it was shoes, it would be fine, but if I am wearing slipper, there is possibility my slipper will fall down.
The chairlift hardly takes 10 minutes to reach the top, and you get amazing views of the lake and the Julian Alps in the backdrop. It was a very peaceful ride to the top. As soon as I reached, I saw a small queue for the toboggan ride, but I wanted to check out the place before taking the ride. There are a lot of activities for small kids like zip lining here. I hiked for a while inside the forest in order to get a good view of the Lake Bled, but the only viewpoint from here is at the place where the toboggan queue was there. Unfortunately, the queue size had increased by now and I had to wait for some time for my turn.
this part is the best one. We'll be going like this and suddenly it will go down. Yeah, actually in that part we have to capture the facial expression because it won't be full 90 degrees, it will be in an angle, but in that region it will go full dip, full 90 degrees. And I messed up my recording as well because when I was tracking up, when I was sitting in that chair or whatever you call, I had started the recording, but as soon as I sat I forgot that and I again clicked recording and the recording stopped. When my ride started I was actually not recording and I was not able to press the button because it was shaking so violently. But after like 2 or 3 turns I then pressed the recording button, so that's why my recording started late. From the video you cannot see that it was shaking because I had the boost on and I was holding the GoPro at the edge of the handle. I wanted to even turn like this to get my expression during the ride. So because of that I felt like the camera was slipping away from my hand, so I had to brake in couple of parts. But it was super fun guys, it was amazing. It is more crowded than earlier and even at the top I had to wait for a while. Now many people are going, so first come here and then go to the lake. There is actually a very famous cake here, a cream cake from Bled. If I find it anywhere on the way then I will just buy it. I think this is that cake, I'm not sure. I saw it in English but here it's in Slovenian I guess. I just searched for the cream cake shop and it is about 10 minutes walk from here. I'm gonna go there quickly and go back to the bus.
I had to again go inside the lake complex to reach the cafe. It was pretty much the exact same part which I took earlier in the morning. There were a lot of cake inside the bakery, but I didn't look at other options and just bought what I came for.
So I bought the cake. It cost €4. I'm taking it to bus because I don't have time to eat. According to the maps, I'll reach at 7:57, 3 minutes early. That is good. But the problem is I don't have spoon. They have not provided spoon. They have just provided the cake. I don't know how I'm gonna eat it.
I made a mess while eating, but the bus started with delay and hence I had a chance to wash my hands thankfully. We left Slovenia and started our journey to Zagreb, the capital of Croatia. But we will again come back to Slovenia on the 3rd day. There was a border crossing and we spent a significant amount of time here, which was pretty annoying. They checked for my passport and the visa. For your information, Chanson visa is enough to visit both the countries.
We finally reached Zagreb. Time is 5:15 now. I thought we'll reach Zagreb at 2 o'clock, but instead we are coming at 5 o'clock. The driver stopped in so many places. I don't know whether for washroom or for smoke or whatever. He didn't let us out and because of that delay happened. So currently we came to our hotel and it is outside of city center. So we have to go like change to bus or something like that to go to the city center. Euro doesn't work as of now. In the reception only they will exchange the currency. The actual rate is around 7.5 when I saw yesterday. Here they exchange it for 7.2. That means €1 is 7.2 pura. So I exchanged for €30 and I got 216.
I checked the maps and went to the railway station, and upon reaching there, as I was confused, I showed the map location where I wanted to go and confirmed that I am at the right place. The tickets has to be purchased inside the train and I used the local currency for that. After a short ride in the train, I reached the main railway station of Zagreb. Right in front of the station is a big park and King Tomislav Statue. This statue is a tribute to Tomislav, the Duke and later King of Croatia. Since historical information on Tomislav is scarce, the exact year of his accession and death are unknown.
I came to the Banjalacic square. This is the main square of Zagreb and it is named after the politician. This will be a very good point for you to start your trip in Zagreb because since it's in the middle or in the central, you can cover all the places from here. I'm going towards the Zagreb Cathedral now. That is the biggest cathedral in the country. I will be passing by a market called Dolak Market, which is just behind the square. Initially, I had planned to have my lunch there in the Dolak market. I had seen a hotel and a vegetarian dish called Zuluk, I guess. I forgot the name, but that hotel closes at 4 p.m. Unfortunately, I can't go there, but at least I will pass by that hotel to show you guys. I came in from this street, but the hotel is located in this street, which is just beside the cathedral. And I finally remember the name of the dish. It's called burek. Yeah, it is made of cottage cheese and a bread. So it looked really good, so I thought I will try. And you will get these kind of boats everywhere.
Zagreb Cathedral is a Roman Catholic cathedral church and is the second tallest building in Croatia, dedicated to the Assumption of Mary. Its prominent spires are considered to be the landmarks as they are visible from most parts of the city. One of its two spires was damaged in 2020 Zagreb earthquake, and it suffered additional damage in December of the same year due to another earthquake. The first cathedral was damaged during the Tartar attack and a great fire in 13th century. Finally, it was severely damaged by 1880 earthquake and was restored in neo-Gothic style.
I am heading towards the stone gate now. Once the city got freedom, so they built a wall surrounding it, and at the initial days everything was built in wood, and the fire was pretty much frequent. So there was fire 4 times and the stone gate was affected 4 times. But in the 1700s a big fire broke out, and because of that everything got destroyed except one painting, the painting of Virgin Mary with baby Jesus. So that place is currently like an oath place. People come, they light a candle and they pray and they take a oath, and it is one of the most important sites in Zagreb.
A chapel is built within the arc of the old stone gate, which still houses the painting of the Mother of God. It has since become Zagreb's biggest shrine and is regularly visited by people who come to light a candle and thank the lady for protecting them.
Once you cross this, you will get the old part of the town, and currently I am going to a tower, to an ancient tower which was built to protect the borders. So it was built in 13th century to protect the southern part of the town, and there is a clock. They used to ring the clock to indicate the time. In that region there are a lot of hotels, cafes, and the prices were okay. Pizza cost around €7 margarita, which is pretty much same in the Germany also. I'm tired of eating bread and pizza, so I'm trying to find local food.
Zagreb is a fantastic walking city with miles of stone streets leading you past centuries old buildings. The city also has a lovely nightlife. Colorful churches, gorgeous architecture, interesting history, tasty food. Zagreb has a little bit of everything. I had an amazing time walking around the streets and got a nice break from the hustle bustle activities which I had experienced in other major European cities. It was one of the most relaxing city walk I had done in my trip, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Next stop is St. Mark's Church, which is one of the oldest architectural monuments in Zagreb. The colorful tiled rooftop of St. Mark's Church is among the most recognizable aspects of the city. The 13th century church has the medieval coat of arms of Croatia, Dalmatia and Slovenia on the left side, and the emblem of Zagreb on the right side. Unfortunately, I was not able to go inside as the area was fenced off. This bustling city hosts many imposing buildings, monuments and park, as well as multitude of museums. I visited one of them, which is near to St. Mark's Church.
That was the Museum of Broken Relationship. It's a unique museum, so whatever is present in the museum is being donated by others. It has collection of lot of items by people who have broken relationship, which depicts their story. This is a nice viewpoint of the city of Zagreb. You can even go at the top of the tower to get a better view, or else you can go on top of that building. If you buy a ticket for that building, you can visit any day. It's not like one-time visit. You can visit any day, but I am not going there. I will try to go there. When I was seeing the view, I found another thing which I wanted to go. So you can see there a funicular there, and it will just go from there till here. So it's just 66 meter and the shortest funicular in the world. If you are lazy to climb this much, you can just hop on that and ride the shortest ride till here.
The last stop is Lotrščak Tower, which was built in the middle of 13th century to protect the South City Gate. The entrance fee is 20 kunas and the last entry to observation deck is at 7:30 p.m. It remains closed on Mondays. The name is derived from the Latin meaning Deux bell, referring to a bell hung in the tower in 1646 to signal the closing of the town gates. It is to warn the residents outside the walls to return because anyone left outside would have to remain there for the rest of the night. Each level in the tower provided information about the tower as well as old photographs of the place. From the viewing platform, one could see from the plains of Zagreb to the Medvednia mountains. You will also get a nice view onto the old town with St. Mark's Church. Even though views are not spectacular from the top, it was amazing. Zagreb was a much needed relaxing trip and I couldn't have asked for the better place to end my day. This is the perfect time to visit tower because of the mesmerizing sunset.
That was nice, that was refreshing, and I feel like I'm alive. I stayed close to 1 hour there at the top. I couldn't do time lapse because the place where the sunset was happening already like 4 to 5 people had occupied. I came down because I want to go to another place and it will close soon. A tunnel actually. So the tunnel was built during the World War II. In 1943, the then Prime Minister of Croatia, the independent state of Croatia, he was afraid that Allies would bomb, so he wanted to make a bomb shelter. Also criticized that the tunnel was a waste of money because the initial plan was to hold a certain amount of people inside the tunnel, but later it was debated only like 5,000 people could fit in. Since my GoPro doesn't work well under the lights, I'm using my mobile, so that's why the camera or the video would be shaking. There are a lot of paths leading like this, but I think they are not maintained, or the public is following the same one direction, so I don't want to get lost. Once you come inside, you feel cold. You don't get that sweat or that humidity inside the tunnel. This will be the end of today. Tomorrow our plan is we will go to Plitvice National Park. That is the main reason I came in this trip. And if you like the video, please give a thumbs up, add a comment and subscribe to the channel. If you don't like, you can still add a comment about what you don't like about it. Thank you for watching the video and I'll see you guys tomorrow in Plitvice National Park.
In the next episode, I visit Plitvice Lakes National Park, which is one of the oldest and the largest national parks in Croatia. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Stay tuned.